Welcome back, everyone. And I do mean everyone. It's Forgotten Circus. So finally, we got an update on season 2 of House of the Dragon. Finally. So it's projected, or it's actually announced that it's going to be in June. What day? We don't know. But that's a start. I miss when Game of Thrones used to. It was April, right? It was usually like April, and then they switched to May, and then it just kept going, and it was all over the place. But understand, it's a big budget show, so they got to film a lot, costumes, and so it takes a little bit. But this is the season where you're going to see friendships lost, promises broken. Um, you're going to see a lot of manipulation behind the scenes because this is personal now. This is the blacks and the greens going at it full swing. I mean, the first blood has been spilled. Aemon killed Lucerys, and you're going to see that thing, a son for a son. That's very big. It's a very big part in this story. And there's going to be certain parts where it's going to be strumming on your heartstrings. But apparently, I guess this season is only going to be, from what I'm hearing, 8 episodes. I really think like Game of Thrones. I miss like old Game of Thrones was like 12, and they dropped it to 10, and then it was 8, and then I know there's not a lot to this. There's a lot to the story, but how can you say not a lot to the story? So I get it. They could stretch it out a little bit more, 10 episode season, but it's fine because if you make the episodes longer, like I expect any one of these episodes, if it's 8 episodes, none of them should be under 52 minutes. We should be at the hour 5 mark. The hour, 1 hour and 10 minutes around that. Hey, stretch it to 1 hour and 15 minutes. That would be great because there's a lot of very important battles in here. And I'm not going to spoil a lot, but just give me a heads up on things. You thought the Red Wedding was bad? Oh, what about if they do this right, how I think they're going to do, this one's going to hurt. Um, there's a part that's going to happen in this. Son, I keep saying it, son for a son. And this one has to make the audience and the viewers actually feel it. But it's Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones always gets you. That's one good thing about like anything Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, whatever it's tied to. Yeah, they always got that that one. It's not even an episode because the episode it'll be fine. And in the last like 5 minutes, you're like, what? And then boom, gotta wait for the next episode. They're really good. HBO's doing this thing. This is a great product, and now, like you saw before, they've announced other spinoffs that they're going to do. But in this, you're going to see the mighty fleet, the sea fleet of Corlys a lot. You're going to see the Battle of Rook's Rest, and I don't think they're going to do Battle of the God's Eye in this. That would make no sense. You got to save that. That's very important. But it is going to be fire and blood. A lot of fire and a lot of blood. So you're going to see Moon Dancer, Silverwing, and now you're going to start to see well, now you're going to start to see a lot of the dragon seeds. So they're going to be recruiting, especially Rhaenyra and Daemon. They're going to be recruiting the dragon seeds. So I don't know if they're going to bring Adam of Hull in. If you read the books and know the story, he's kind of important. Um, there's going to be so many dragons. I don't want them to show the dragons from I want to see up close. But I think they've got it now. I think they have perfected it. The special effects team that works with all the Game of Thrones material. I think they got that down, how to do it. Because I remember it was said that it was easier to do the dragon than it was John's wolf. Because they were like, every single blade of hair on the wolf and the movement was harder to do. That's why you didn't see ghosts and the dire wolves a lot in Game of Thrones. It was harder to do, and that's understandable because they were like that's how fine tuned. If you look at their special effects in these shows, it's ridiculous. I know, like in the first season of Game of Thrones, and it kind of worked into it when they got started getting more money. But it's so good, so top notch. A lot of it is done on that volume stage. Some of it, but most they just know how to make because they go on location with that, so that's smart. They just need it for certain scenes, but it doesn't seem like they leave that as their crutch to use. They do film on location a lot of parts because I think some of this filmed in like Spain and other places. It's going to be tremendous. But yeah, I understand why, and it's probably a time crunch thing too. So he may see some dragons often, I really feel like they got it. They got it. They have a system how they do it with the special effects for the dragons. So you are going to see a lot of dragon time. And even in the first season, we got a lot of dragons. You got to see like smaller dragons, like Lucerius dragon, a little small, Jakari's dragon's not that big. We haven't. I don't think we've seen Moon Dancer, so we've seen Caraxes, obviously Damon's dragon, Rhaenyra's dragon, and then oh yeah, we haven't seen. I think we've seen a little bit of Aegon the Second's dragon, and then obviously Aemon's. Yeah, I kind of ate Lucerys and spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. But yeah, it's gonna this one this out of the whole thing. I don't know how far they're going to go with it. Some say 5, some say they want to stop at 4 because they want to do like Duncan Egg story and all these things and Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So we'll see. They may. I just don't want to run into that thing that season 8 of Game of Thrones, where you want to move on to something so fast that you ruin the product that you're working on. You kind of neglect it. I don't want this to be neglected at all. And I don't think it is because they know the show's a hit. So they're going to do, and they know what happened in season 8. They're not going to make that mistake again. So, but I'm pretty pumped. I mean, you're going to see, all I got to say is blood and cheese, homie. Blood and cheese. Blood and cheese. And if you have read the books, you know what I'm talking about. And if not, just remember blood and cheese. So you're going to see allegiances built too, and we're definitely going to see Winterfell. I know Winterfell was absent, kinda, but there was a Stark there that pledges allegiance. But you're going to see the beauty of Winterfell years and years before, Eddard Stark, Jon Snow, Robb Stark, Sansa, Arya. These are their great 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 grandfathers and grandmothers. It's gonna be it's gonna be. I want to see because how Winterfell looked then, and I want to see if something's whispered about White Walkers or Night's Kings. They might put that in there, or I don't know. I just don't want to hear any more Azor's Eye, whatever. I just don't want to hear any more about their prophecy unless you're gonna go with it. He's got Lightbringer and all that. I don't want to hear any of that. I want to hear like the stuff whispered. Maybe see some dire wolves. That'd be cool. Because really, you only have to do it probably for like 1 or 2 episodes, so you can do the dire wolves like roaming around Winterfell. That'd be cool. So, and I don't know. Tell me what you think. This is good news. Good news. Don't know the actual day, but if it's only eight episodes, don't do like a 2-episode launch, please. And I know that I wish they would. The one thing I wish they would speed up is Otto Hightower like exiting this life because I can't stand that dude. I can't stand Otto. Ugh. And Allison, I feel you sometimes, but you got to go too. But anyway, tell me what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me if you're excited about House of Dragon finally coming back. June, it's right around the corner. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, and I do mean everyone.